Henry Berry Lowry was a legendary figure in North Carolina during the turbulent Reconstruction era, remembered as both a folk hero and an outlaw. Born in 1846 in Robeson County, he was a member of the Lumbee tribe, a Native American community with mixed ancestry that included African, Native, and European heritage. Lowry grew up in a racially complex environment shaped by slavery, segregation, and the lingering effects of the Civil War. During the war, Confederate authorities in Robeson County began conscripting men for forced labor, particularly targeting people of Native and African descent. The Lowry family, known for their independence, resisted this oppression. Tensions escalated when Confederate Home Guard forces accused Henry's father, Allen Lowry, and his brother William of aiding Union forces and harboring escaped enslaved people. In March 1865, both men were executed without trial, an act that deeply shaped Henry's path forward. In the years following their deaths, Lowry led what came to be known as the Lowry Gang, a group of men from the Lumbee community who engaged in armed resistance against local authorities and white elites. They targeted Confederate sympathizers, oppressive landowners, and those they believed responsible for racial violence. While the state labeled him a criminal, many in the Lumbee and Black communities saw him as a protector who stood against racial injustice and economic exploitation. Lowry's actions were not random. They were rooted in the fight against systemic oppression. The Reconstruction period promised freedom and equality for formerly enslaved people, but in reality, white supremacist forces, including groups like the Ku Klux Klan, worked to strip away those rights. Lowry's gang became a symbol of defiance in this hostile environment, challenging both political and racial hierarchies. The state of North Carolina placed a $12,000 bounty on Lowry's head, dead or alive, an enormous sum at the time. Yet, despite multiple manhunts, he was never captured. His disappearance in 1872 remains one of the great mysteries of Southern history. Some claim he died in a gun accident, while others insisted he escaped and lived in hiding for years. Today, Henry Berry Lowry is remembered in different ways depending on perspective. To some historians, he was a lawbreaker. To many Lumbee people, African Americans, and other marginalized communities, he was a freedom fighter, someone who refused to submit to racial violence and economic exploitation. His story has been passed down in oral history, songs, and even local theater productions like Strike at the Wind, keeping his legacy alive as a symbol of resistance against injustice. Lowry's life reflects a broader truth. In times of deep racial oppression, figures like him emerge, not simply as rebels, but as defenders of their people's dignity and survival. His fight was not for personal gain, but for a vision of freedom that Reconstruction America repeatedly failed to deliver.